showing up and for being here for you and for taking care of yourself in all the ways that you do. And thank you for being here and for showing up with me. So we're going to be talking about the Destroy and Uncreate activation today, which has been such a powerful activation in my life. It's totally just allowed me to reframe and to find new ways to navigate the relationships in my life, be it with my friends or my family or anyone in my life, really, coworkers. So I use this activation all the time to just clear all that I think I know about the people in my life so that I can allow them to show up differently, and also clear all of the ways in which I've placed myself into any boxes around them, and all of that. So it's been such a beautiful thing for me, and I also use it for myself. I destroy and uncreate everything that I know about myself pretty much daily so that I can just keep showing up differently and learn more about the person that I want to be. So I'm really excited to do this activation with you all, and I'm seeing more people popping on. Hi, Gabrielle and Felice again, and Swift. I'm so thrilled that you all are here with me. It really means a lot. So thank you for being here and for choosing to show up for yourself in your own healing. Amazing, yay. So before we hop into Destroy and Uncreate, we're just gonna do a portal and the Primal Brain Reset, which if you have been on here before, you know that these are tools that we as Infinity practitioners utilize all the time. So first we're just going to reset our primal brain, calm our fight, flight, and freeze responses. And hi, Belinda. So you can go on your ears. There's a bone right behind your ear, and if you sink right into the soft spot below that, and you're pushing in that soft spot almost up onto the bone. And we're going to do 4 breaths where we press on the in-breath and release on the exhale. And once again, like I was saying earlier, just be conscious of if you're activating the sympathetic nervous system, the higher activity by breathing in longer, or the parasympathetic, more calming, to breathe out longer. So just be conscious on your choice of what you're choosing. I'm going to be doing a longer exhale just to root me and get me even more present. So I invite you to choose one, and let's do 4 breaths. So breathing in, pressure, and breathing all the way out as you release pressure. Good. Breathing in and all the way out. And one more. And now we're going to reverse so you can breathe in without any pressure. And as you breathe out, pressing in. Breathe in. And all the way out. Breathing in. And release. And let's do one more. Breathing in through the nose. And all the way out. Thank you. Yay, that feels amazing. And I'm just feeling us all land together. And once again, thank you for being here and for showing up, for healing. And time and time again with my own personal sessions and my clients and the retreats and training programs that I've been on, it really just shows love cures. And the more that we show up and are here to love each other, I really think it makes a difference. So thank you for choosing love and for showing up. So amazing to be with you all. So let's make some portals. Let's see, I'm gonna tune in and see if I can find one for the group, and then of course you can invoke your own as well. I'm seeing the Seven Sisters mountain range, which is in the area that I live and that many of the Infinity practitioners live, and it's just such a sweet little mountain range. So I'm going to invoke that for myself, and I offer it to the group as well. And as I do this portal invocation, I invite that if you have another place, you can use this activation to invoke that. So I'm going to invoke and can't claim and pronounce this portal of the Seven Sisters mountain range and of any and all other portals that you all are choosing to be in direct communion with our infinite beings, imagining that we can almost stretch from where we are all the way to that portal. And we're allowing this portal to help us to magnetically attract, to cherish, to transform, and to transmute any and all energies and entities that are no longer required or generative for our physical bodies, our physical health and ease, and the highest and purest embodiments of our beings, of our souls, and of our spirits that we can be in these bodies on earth in present time. Whew, I'm getting shivers. Activate change and generate healing, and immediately. Good, thank you. That feels amazing. I'm actually just getting to talk a little bit about portals and what they are and why we use them. If any of you are new and haven't learned a lot about this. So portals are places that we choose to anchor ourselves in. So if we truly are infinite energetic sources, we can be right here in our bodies and across the globe, and at the moon. And so we're using these portals as energetic pinpoints of places that we can say, okay, whoa, I'm feeling really overwhelmed right now, but if I'm truly this energetic source, then what if I can actually stretch and utilize this place, this pinpoint in my field to help me? And these places in nature are naturally transmuting and cherishing and changing energy. So we're calling upon these natural places that already love to do this, and it's already their job, and we're saying, hey, can you help me out? And it's never something that you want to go unconscious about and just say, oh, I'm using this portal to throw my problems at it, which can be a really easy thing to do. I know I've done it many times, just to be unconsciously invoking a portal and being like, oh, this place will transmute it for me. I don't have to deal with it anymore. But it's really to come in with more consciousness of, oh, I'm asking this place to help me and to hold me and to help me transmute this. So to do that with more consciousness. So that just feels good to say. And I hope that's helpful for people. So yay, and now we're going to move into talking about destroy and uncreate. So like I was saying earlier, it has been such a potent activation for me to really show up differently to myself, to recreate and re-lens my identities and really release identities and find new ways to show up. And it's also been a beautiful game changer for me within family and friends of just saying, okay, I'm really willing to show up differently and to create space and to allow you to be whoever you are and to allow myself to be however I am. And maybe it's actually possible that we can find more harmony if we liberate ourselves from all of the boxes that we might have put ourselves in. And destroy and uncreate can be used about anything. So we can do it for ourselves, we can do it for our perceptions of our loved ones, for any and all relationships that we've created or contracted to emotions. So fear could be a really beautiful one to do. We can do it to all that we know, feel, be, and see about the coronavirus. This is really an activation that can be used for so many different things. One really important piece is that whenever we're destroying and uncreating interpersonal relationships, we're only doing our part of it. So like many of us have talked about, infinity isn't something that you can do for anyone else without their consent. So as you're doing destroy and uncreate, we always make sure to use I speak. So to talk about, if I'm destroying and uncreating my relationship to a friend of mine, I'm going to destroy and uncreate all of the ways that I know, feel, be, and see them as who they are. And but I'm not ever going to destroy and uncreate what they think about themselves or who they are, because that's mucking in with them, and that's their work and not at all ours. And if they ask you to do this work with them, then that's beautiful, and you can totally show up in that way. But to be really conscious that we're doing it for our own selves and our own perceptions and our own identities and our own sides of the different dynamics. So if you want to destroy and uncreate a part of a relationship that feels like a hierarchy, you can destroy and uncreate all of the ways that you might be playing into a hierarchy or contributing to a hierarchy, but you, once again, really don't want to go in and destroy and uncreate what another person knows, feels, sees, and is about that particular subject. I hope that makes sense. So first, I'm just going to offer that we can do this activation for ourselves. Like I was saying, I use this activation all the time, and I just love to say, okay, well, what if I can show up differently? And what if the person that I was yesterday isn't the person that I am today? Or maybe I'll be different a minute from now. And I just love that. It feels like so playful and joyful to me to really be like, whoa, I get to show up differently. And what if I actually get to forget everything that I know about myself and really just learn how to embody in such a new way? So this has been so potent for me, and I hope that I can offer that to you. So I'm going to say the activation for us, and just to offer it to you as well, and choose it if you want, and if not, then that's also amazing. So I command the light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that we know, feel, be, and see about ourselves, and all that we have invited ourselves to know, feel, be, and see about who we be, and any and all points of view, identities, beliefs, emotions, and thoughts that we have invited ourselves to know about who we be, and all that we have refused to know, feel, be, and see about ourselves, and all that we have refused to allow ourselves to know, feel, be, and see about who we can truly be. And activate change and generate healing. Whew. Immediately. And let's take a deep breath and breathe all the way out. Good. And then there's a beautiful little invocation at the end that just goes, I invoke, incant, proclaim, and pronounce harmony and pure consciousness in all relations. Activate change and generate healing. And I'm just going to take a sip of water. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. Mary Ellen was talking yesterday about these activations, and was talking about when she did the 30-day challenge for the first time and did an activation for 30 times in a row, and just how powerful it got. So just to say, of course, on these lives, we're doing the activations just a couple times to get them into your system, and that totally works and clears out a lot. And I'm also going to offer to you that if you want, you can listen back on this recording and write down the words that I'm saying and say it to yourself 20, 30, 50, 100 times a day. I did a 30-day challenge this fall with Gabriele, and I had one day that I did the one activation 300 times, and that was like mind-blowingly powerful. So just to offer that, you can use these activations, and you can find the written up versions of the activations on the Infinity Practice website, which is infinitypractice.com. So feel free to help yourselves to those and really just see what it feels like when you're moving this energy through your body and choosing to show up in different consciousness, and to really come in with the question of what else really is possible when I lens differently, and what other possibilities can I open up. So I offer that to you as a possibility. And for now, I'm just going to do the activation a few more times for us. So commanding the light of consciousness. And in Infinity, we talk about the light of consciousness as this pure light source, this pure consciousness that is part of us. So our bodies are connected to our beings, and our beings have direct access to this light of consciousness. It's part of who we be, and it's part of our divine essence, and it knows exactly where all energy needs to be at one time, and it can really help us clear. So we're commanding this light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that we know, feel, be, and see about ourselves. And all that we have invited ourselves to know, feel, be, and see about who we be. And all the boxes, thoughts, emotions, identities, beliefs that come along with that. Release identities, the more you can actually feel vibrationally who you be. And we command the light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that we have refused to know, feel, be, and see about ourselves and about who we be. And all that we have refused to allow ourselves to know, feel, be, and see about who we can possibly be. And activate change and generate healing immediately. And just breathe it through. Thank you. Thank you for choosing it. I just felt a couple of people really choose that, and it was like, wow, it was so powerful. So thank you. Yay. And you're so welcome, Adriana and Mel. Thank you both for being here and for showing up and for being the incredible healers that you are. And yay. So let's command the light of consciousness to destroy and create everything that we know, feel, be, and see about who we be. And all of the ways in which we have invited ourselves to know, feel, be, and see who we be through any lens that's no longer serving us. All the identities, beliefs, emotions, and thoughts that we hold about who we are. And let's command the light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that we have refused to know, feel, be, and see about who we really are. And to destroy and uncreate any and all blockades that we've put in place to block us from really knowing our potential and our power and our ability to be really embodied and to be the divine love source within our own bodies. And all the ways in which we have refused to allow who we really be to know, feel, be, and see us. And activate change and generate healing immediately. Beautiful. And now I'm going to offer that we can do this about someone that we know and our part in our relationship with that. I've been spending a ton of time, I've been spending a ton of time with my family, and I was away for 2.5 months right before this epidemic, and I was really on my own. So coming back has been kind of a shock of I've been finding myself falling into old patterns, and so this has been a really potent activation for me to do of, okay, I can actually show up differently, and I have these tools, and I have my amazing family members that love me so much and that I love so much, and I feel so blessed to get along well with them. And even still, we all get snagged, and I know that many people are home with families, so I'm going to offer that you can do this activation, as I say it, for any and all relationships that you are ready, willing, and able to clear your part in. So I'm going to command the light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that each of us knows, feels, sees, and bees. Sorry, that came out wrong. Everything that we know, feel, be, and see about these loved ones in our life. I think I'm just going to go broad, and you can pinpoint more specifically in your mind. Everything about these loved ones, and everything about our part in the relationships and dynamics that we have created, and all of the identities that we have toggled along with that, and all of the ways in which we have invited each of these people and each of these dynamics and relationships to know, feel, be, and see us. And all that we have refused to know, feel, be, and see about each of these individuals, and about what harmony is truly possible. And let's also destroy and create all of the ways in which we have refused to allow these people to know, feel, be, and see us, each individually, for the people that we truly be. And activate change and generate healing and I command the light of consciousness to destroy and uncreate everything that we know, feel, be, and see about our loved ones and about whoever you're thinking of and pinpointing to. And let's destroy and uncreate everything that we know, feel, be, and see about who these people be, and about what our relationships to them are, and what our identities are, and how we show up in these relationships. And let's destroy and uncreate all of the ways in which we have invited these people and these dynamics to know, feel, be, and see us. And let's destroy and uncreate as well all of the ways in which we have refused to know, feel, be, and see each of these people and each of these dynamics and situations, and all of the harmony that's really possible. And let's destroy and uncreate all of the ways in which we have refused to allow these amazing people and these amazing loved ones, and all the true dynamics of harmony that are possible to know, feel, be, and see us. And activate change and generate healing. Immediately. Good, that feels amazing. And just naming that as we do these activations, once again, for other people, we're really just clearing our own stigmas and identities and our own parts in these relationships, never wanting to go in and clear anything for anyone else. So thank you. Yay. That feels really amazing. And please feel free to continue doing this. As I was sitting here and doing these clearings, the wind has just been like going like crazy. Then seeing these plants outside the window is like shaking, and I'm seeing that we're generating good currency. That's always a sign for me of I'll be walking in the woods, going on a hike, and doing my activations, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this huge gust of wind comes and like almost knocks me over. So just to name that we're really making currency, and you're making currency, and you're consciously choosing space, and you're choosing you. So thank you for choosing you, and thank you for showing up. Amazing. And I see that we're almost at 30 minutes, so I am going to close us out. I'm just seeing a couple comments. Hi, Blaze. Thanks for being here. Yay, Gabriele says, making room to meet every moment and every person in present time with room for growth and change. Exactly. It's amazing what we can do when we can release these points of view and all that we think we know and really just show up differently and make room for other people to show up differently too. So beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Let's command the activation of the divinity that already exists in each and every one of our cells and particles, because just by being alive, we have innate divinity, and we're going to choose to activate that and to live from that divinity. And we activate the divinity in each and every one of our physical cells and particles, and we bring that through the center of our energetic light beings. We extend it throughout all of us and through all times, spaces, dimensions, and universes. Activate change and generate healing immediately. And I command the activation of the divinity in every cell and particle of our bodies. I activate the divinity in each and every one of our cells and particles, and I bring that through the center of our being, the nucleus of our life force. Bringing it into our pure consciousness so that we can have more access to these pure realms of knowing and pure realms of love and of space, bliss, peace. And we actually get to learn as we activate this divinity in our pure consciousness, we get to physically receive all of the knowings and the clarity, and we get to receive it all. Then as we bring this divinity through the center of our being, let's extend it as well throughout all of us, all that we be, throughout the whole world, and through all times, spaces, dimensions, and universes. Activate change and generate healing immediately. And Meg says, thank you for helping me to uncreate the refusal to know, feel, be, and see others. Very potent and powerful for me today. Yay, I'm so glad. It's such a potent activation. I've been like, I get so excited to talk about this activation. It's just like, I feel like it's bubbling up for me. Just I'm thrilled to be with you all, and like so thrilled to be sharing this activation, because it really has been a game changer for me in my life. So yay, I'm so glad that you found it potent, and so glad that you're showing up today. Thank you. Let's offer a blessing. So I'm going to offer first all of our bodies and all of your bodies and your being, my being, the purest connection to love, light, and healing that we can each receive. Activate change and generate healing. And oh, you're so welcome. I see Chloe popping up and saying thank you. Yay, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for being. And Felice, yay, you're so welcome. Amazing. And let's offer a blessing to the collective consciousness of the world, and to anyone that chooses it. We're just going to send out a big blessing and say, here it is, choose it if you want to. And we're just going to offer all of the bodies and beings on earth the purest connection to love, light, and healing that each individual can choose, and that each of them can be in this moment in time. And activate change and generate healing immediately. And I offer my gratitude to all of the healthcare workers, to all of the grocery store workers, to all of the people out on the front lines. I offer my gratitude to them. And I also offer my gratitude to this earth for holding us each and every day, and for choosing our souls to come to this earth, because our souls chose to come to the earth, and the earth also chose our souls to be here. So I extend my deep gratitude to this earth for choosing me and for choosing each of you, and really just feeling so grateful to be alive, and to be alive with all of you, and in my community, even if it's virtual. So thank you. And let's offer our gratitude to the earth once again, just thanking the earth and her being and all that she is for supporting us every single day. Good. And let's offer our bodies and beings the purest connection to love, light, and healing that we can receive. Activate change and generate healing and healing. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm really honored that you chose to show up, and all of you that are watching the replay, thank you for being here. I feel so grateful to be part of this community and to be stepping even more into leadership. Keep popping up, and I love you and we love you, and thank you for being you. Bye.